Any update on Edmund? You said he's out this day.
Just recovered.
Coach, can you give me some examples of some of the things that Tony Parker does that kind of don't necessarily make that stat sheet?
I think more than anything, he gives us kind of an anchor for time and score when things are a little bit out of kilter, or 6 jump shots in a row and no attack at the rim, or mismatches that haven't been taken advantage of. He'll see some of those things on the court and get us back in the flow that we need to be, or put the ball where it needs to be, those kinds of things.
You worked a little bit with Julius over the summer with Team USA. What have you seen from him this season in terms of his growth?
In all honesty, at this point in the year, I don't even watch anybody else. I enjoyed being with him in the summer. He's a fine young talent. He picks things up quickly. But at this point, I just watch us. When we get our stuff straight, then as the year goes, I'll worry about other people.
Where's Pau Gasol in terms of fitting in with what you guys do? I guess on both sides of the ball.
He's fit in very quickly, as you probably already know. Haven't had it here. He's got a really high basketball IQ. He's been around. He's played in some wonderful programs, and it's pretty easy for him to just slide right in. He's unselfish, so he's an easy one for sure.
What about defensively? Is he? I know you guys. We always talk about the Spurs.
He's better than Bill Russell. I'll just leave it.
Try to make another headline.
I'll just leave it at that.
What's this like for the first time in a while? There's no Kobe, no Duncan.
Makes me feel older, to be honest with you. It does. It makes you feel like you look around like exactly what's going on here. But the new young guys that come into the programs are fun. They're bright-eyed, and they're ready to learn. They want to jump in. They're happy to be there. So you take your satisfaction, bringing them along, and quit your crying that you lost your 20-year date.
That was a marriage.
Yeah, that was a marriage.
I mean, what are the moments though where you missed him? Because he was such we didn't always have to say too much, but when he did say something, carried a lot of weight.
Where his leadership really was more grounded in how he handled wins and losses. He kept everybody on an even keel. Never got excited about wins or too depressed about a loss. Knew how to move on to the next game. And just as on a personal level, being in a film session and talking to him about, Timmy, you didn't do this or whatever, then he'd have a wiseacre comment back at me, and the whole room would laugh. And so we had this kind of little gig between the two of us, and everybody else just kind of watched it. So you miss that, his humor. And then during games, his leadership was always in the timeouts. Coaches go out there and stand for a while, like what we're really, come up with something new. We look at each other, we go, ooh, But while we're doing that, Timmy's, he's squeezing shoulders and telling guys things, and then I just come and sit down and say, "We okay?" He goes, "Yeah, we got it."
What were you guys talking about the whole
coach,
time?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you stay in touch? You talk to
Oh,
him
sure,
still?
sure. Yeah, almost every day.
Really?
Yeah.
Does he watch you guys, or is he just
He
working
watches.
on cars?
He watches. He calls. Wants to know how this guy's doing or that guy's doing. He'll come to practice now and then and put his arm around DeJounte Murray or somebody and talk to him about things. So it's kind of neat.
He's not getting fined anymore.
Have you talked to him possibly about joining the staff in any capacity?
Yeah, he's able, or anytime he wants, he can do anything he wants. That's what we told him. So he'll probably come on a trip now and then. He's not going to be hired full time and come and do film work and all. He's too smart for that. He has a wife, so. But he'll be around. He'll come in and out. He'll probably even scout a little bit. Go watch the guys play.
In mentioning some of the things he does, you said, squeezing shoulders, putting his arms around guys. How much do you think that, I mean, it's a small thing, but how much do you think that actually
Well, I think
counts?
it's huge. I mean, in the summertime or at the end of the summer when guys are starting to come in and play and all that, if you could watch somebody like him, I'm sure it would be the same thing with Kobe. You come in and he says, DeJounte. DeJounte goes like this and comes running over to him. And Timmy just says something to him, puts his arm around. If you could watch DeJounte's reaction to him, like that's actually Tim Duncan talking to me. And I just sit in a chair over here and just smile because that makes him more focused and more part of the program and more ready to do what we want him to do than anything I could say to him.
How much of that element is still there with Tony and Manu?
They've been great. They've been fantastic. Manu doesn't jump as high and he's not as quick as he used to be, but he's still as smart as he always was. And his comments during timeouts now and Tony's leadership, as I said, on the court have been huge, especially in Timmy's absence. Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you.